So yeah. Timbos.
Oh dear God. Ah, no, no, no. Hey, yo, what up?
Yeah.
That was our way of paying tribute to the great Kobe Beanie Bryant with his terrible, terrible rap. I think the song was that Kobe?
Yeah, it's called Kobe.
Whew. Wow, it's tough to sit through 45 seconds of that, but we made it. We here. Yeah, big news. Kobe Bryant finally announced this is going to be his last season. Uh, we're going to miss him, but as Laker fans, some of you, it's got to be tough to watch the great Kobe Bryant struggle this way. So,
Yeah.
gotta pay respect to the best player besides Michael Jordan. We're gonna miss you, Kobe, but thanks for the memories. All right, guys. Yeah, let's get into it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's talk about the trade that went through.
I actually think this is I think it's a fairly even trade. I think Peyton will get out of the sophomore slump eventually. I mean, he's starting to play a little bit better from what every time I look up. Um, there's always that risk. Your side with Gallinari. I think you won initially, but I think in the long run, it'll come out to be even because you just never know with Gallinari, his health.
Yeah.
Then of course Peyton. So there's two variables on both sides, and you have two consistent ones with Cousins and Jordan, and then on your side, um, Leonard and Favors, and then of course you have the variables of Peyton and Gallinari. So
Yeah.
that's why I think it could be an even trade.
I mean, for me, what it boiled down to was I was not happy with the way my team was playing. Even though I think after this week I'll be in fourth, I do not think my strategy was working the way I wanted it to, mainly because Cousins is just a dumbass.
Yeah.
He's missing time with injuries, little nagging injuries, and then the suspension with Al Horford kind of made me think, oh God, are we gonna have another season where I've got to wait for DeMarcus to get his shit together? And I knew Bobby was high on him. Kawhi is really showing that he's the man on that team and he's producing. And Kawhi is touching every category, shooting over 50%, rarely turns the ball over. I knew I would have to give him Elfrid Payton to kind of make it a little more even though apparently it wasn't even enough the first time because it got vetoed.
Yeah.
But luckily, I owe Mike Harris for doing me a solid and pointing out that the trade in his eyes wasn't very uneven, and he wanted to know why people were vetoing it. Maybe that swayed somebody not to veto it. I don't know. I wasn't going to complain about it because I was the one that put the veto button in. I have no problems with stuff being vetoed. Although I didn't really understand why that one or a couple of the other trades were vetoed. I was going to let it ride. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with I got more consistent guys. Gallinari is an injury risk, but I'm willing to take that risk because they don't have anybody on that team, so he's going to have to produce.
Yeah, so while he's healthy, he'll definitely produce.
Yeah.
And he could be healthy the whole season. You never know. I mean, some players will get all their injuries out the way early, and then.
Yeah, I mean, it was a risk I was willing to take. I hate DeAndre Jordan. I didn't want him on my team anyway.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus, I just got tired of him, waiting for him to get his shit together. So we'll see. I mean, Bobby, in turn, he got more rebounding. He got some blocks now. He got a point guard, which he badly needed. So both teams benefit from the trade. And that was why I was surprised the trade got vetoed. Like, I mean, yeah, he's giving up certain categories, but he's getting categories back that he couldn't normally, he normally was struggling to get. So, I don't know. I was fine with it. All right, let's talk about the matchups. Hillary's clicked. Took down Kobe Bryant rules, man.
Yeah, 7-3.
Yeah, it was pretty close. A lot of the categories could have went either way. Like they were only separated by a steal each.
Couple threes.
Free throw percentage is pretty close.
Yep.
Assists were close, 9 assists. But yeah, Vsauce came kind of roaring back after last week where he took that L to his nemesis, Mr. Alex Black, aka what the fuck's his team name now?
Probably something Westbrook or something.
Yeah, Westbrook show. So he came back pretty strong. His team's kind of the anchor of his team is obviously I would have to say it's Kyrie, even though Kevin Durant obviously he came back and had a big week.
Yeah.
I thought not Ky did I call him Kyrie? I meant Kyle Lowry.
Oh yeah, I was looking for him. But
Yeah,
I was
my
like,
bad.
I figured,
Kyle Lowry, man, he's been playing really well. I mentioned in the offseason he lost a lot of weight. He's not getting the assist numbers you would like, but he's shooting a pretty good percentage. I think he might be leading the league in steals now.
Oh really?
And yeah, and then
threes, of course.
yeah. And Batum is starting to turn it around. Rudy Gay finally came back for him. So it's kind of the perfect storm.
Had a really good week.
Yeah. And TJ Warren, I think he had a career high 28 or 29 one day.
Yeah, had a good week.
So that helped. Naturally, actually, both guys had a pretty good week. I think if they played most of the other teams in the league, they would have won. They just happened to be playing each other. Vsauce came out on top. Jeremy Lamb still producing for him. I think he's probably averaging about 14 or 15 a game now, if I had to take a guess. Yeah, so Vsauce came back nicely. Pretty much all his main guys are healthy. Goran's still struggling. I don't know if this is the end of the road for Goran or if they're going to try to move him. He just signed a new deal, so I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Might be tough to move that contract.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, he's got Kyle Lowry's playing really well. Jarrett Jack's still playing well for Brooklyn. Batum is really starting to, get back to the Batum of old. He actually had some assists last night, which, this season he kind of got off to a slow start with that. But I think he's starting to feel his way into that offense and it's starting to show. For Mike, who played well,
Isaiah Thomas, of course.
Isaiah, I mean, he's just been probably his most consistent player this year. Sullinger starting to come around a little bit. He's not
really solid week.
Yeah. I mean, especially for him, because he was kind of a bench warmer at the beginning of the season. Conley had another great week. He's had Anthony Davis in and out of the lineup, so that kind of hurt him a little bit this week. I don't know, man. Anthony Davis just.
Yeah, he's having a really weird season.
I mean, it was just a knee contusion, but they carried him off the court. I thought he'd gotten some real damage done, but a contusion is basically just a bruise with a cut. It's not like I don't know why he was carried off the court.
They're spoiling him over there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to me. That kind of scared me. Who else is playing well for him? This week he really didn't have the guys go off. Ryan Anderson kind of had a bad week. So I think that was kind of the difference in the matchup. If Ryan would have been producing the way he normally has been producing, he might have taken the matchup. But it could have went either way. Next matchup, David almost pulled the upset. Goldstein's girls. Goldstein's girls won 6-5. Pretty competitive matchup, surprisingly. I thought, David's kind of got the reputation. Somebody never checks his lineups, hasn't really made any roster moves to improve his team, and he came out and put up a pretty good fight against probably, I mean, for my money, is probably the best team in the league right now. I mean, you can argue other teams, but I think Goldstein's is probably the best team right now.
Yeah.
For David, who played well, Jared Bayless, who just took over the starting point guard spot. Milwaukee, Jason Kidd just.
When you have to. Jason Kidd going at
Michael Carter Williams. Yeah, which I don't know. It doesn't surprise me. I was surprised he traded Brandon Knight for him in the first place. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Who else played well for David? Draymond Green, 2 triple-doubles this week. Just went off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was funny. I was expecting James. I mean, I remember last week, I think I said James would be the separating factor would be the triple-doubles for James, but not for David. So
yeah, he lost triple-doubles and double-doubles this week.
Yeah.
And I feel like if he'd have played anybody else with these stats, he probably would have won handily.
Yeah.
But he got a 6-5. For David, really nobody else jumps out at me from looking at the stats. Middleton starting to get it together, starting to play a lot better. Chris Paul, obviously, he's back and fully healthy, so that helped. When you look at his assist to turnover ratio, almost at 6. So that obviously helped him to get above 2 for the week. LaMarcus is still kind of disappointing. Marcin Gortat is not really playing up to his ability yet. So David's got some guys that are underperforming, and hopefully it stays that way because I play him next week. But, yeah, so let's see. Who played well for Goldstein's? Brook Lopez had a weirdly good game today. He had like 4 or 5 steals, 6 blocks. Like he really filled the stat sheet up. CJ Miles continues to just be an absolute killer.
Yeah.
I mean, if the guy's healthy, he's a really good asset to have. It's just the problem is he's always missing time.
Yeah.
But he had 13 threes this week. Let's see who else played well for him. Whiteside.
Yeah. About the guys you'd expect to do well. I mean,
Yeah.
Rondo with 53 assists.
Yeah,
So-
Rondo. You get 50 assists from one guy.
Yeah.
That is great.
56, my bad.
Yeah, and then Whiteside 14 blocks.
Yeah, so.
Carmelo I think missed a game today because he was sick with the flu. So that probably would have helped James win rebounds also, and maybe even gotten a double out of it. But I'm sure he'll take a 6 to 5 with Melo missing time. Fareed was actually out for him all week too, so that hurt as well. That's another maybe double or two that he would have had. But needless to say, David played him pretty tough, but James is just his team is really strong, so he got the victory.
Yeah. Wasn't nearly as wide of a margin as I was thinking though. So,
Me either. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a blowout. Congrats to David for checking his lineups.
Sure.
Boom versus Walton's Warriors. This is a nice little back and forth matchup all week, but Boom Shakalaka ended up coming back and taking that 7-3 victory. Who played well for Walton's? Paul George again.
Killing
Dropped
it, man.
39 on the Lakers tonight.
I didn't think he would be doing that well this season at all. Like I don't know.
I wanted him in the beginning of the second round because I thought he would have a nice little comeback. I mean, he had so much time to heal.
Yeah, as a break.
Yeah,
So.
it wasn't like it wasn't ligament damage or anything. There was a clean bone break, so I figured he'd come back nicely, and that he did. Who else? Gordon Hayward finally starting to get on track. Kind of was worried that he would be a bust this year, but I think he had a 33-point game in there. Ty Lawson, I don't know, man. Is this the end of the road with Ty? I mean, the DUIs.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
See, Steve Francis, Jay Williams. What's that little dude's name? Johnny Flynn. Yeah.
Johnny Flynn.
Yeah.
Oh God, I forgot about
Stick
him.
a fork in him.
Look up Johnny Flynn when you get a chance, guys. Oh
Yeah.
God,
He was drafted before Steph Curry.
yeah.
I'm not
And-
saying Ty Lawson's a bust, but I'm just saying that, in terms of a point guard's career, I think he's probably done.
Yeah, I think you're right. Who else played well for him? Al Horford, like I said, he's starting to come back down to earth.
Yeah, J.R. Smith had a good.
Yeah, like the guys that you wouldn't expect to carry him this week.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Miles Plumlee's not really doing that well anymore. I think Myers Leonard might have come back too.
Yep, he came back for sure.
So now that kind of hurts his value. Zach Randolph was out most of the week, but just came back. So he took a hard loss. I mean, it was pretty close. If you look at like the categories, I mean, he lost by 5 blocks, lost by a narrow margin in field goal percentage. If he'd had all his guys, he might have been able to catch him in points and rebounds if Zach had played all week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a tough L to take, but injuries are part of the game. For Boom, who played well, obviously Steph. I mean, we could talk about Steph Curry all day, every day.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Every
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of becoming redundant. 15 to 23s a week, 100 points, somewhere around there. I mean,
you actually could consider this a bad week for Steph.
yeah.
But I mean, still.
He's still shooting at 52% for the week. Like,
Yeah.
just unreal. Derek Collison's value is kind of being hurt by Rondo playing so well.
Yeah.
Not really doing what he was doing at the beginning of the season. Now that Rondo's got his feet under him.
Yep.
Kevin Love, almost 23s this week.
Wow.
How beautiful love can be. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so K Love is officially back, which I don't know if people remember. I said he was going to have a good year. I thought that LeBron really went out of his way to make it known that Kevin Love is the team, the stir that kind of stirs the drink. The stir that kind of stirs the drink. That didn't make sense. I meant to say the spoon that stirs the drink. He really wanted it to make it known that this is a team that's going to run through Kevin Love, and it's showing.
Yeah.
Who else played well? Aaron Aflalo, I think, dropped 31 today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure Brian Tappy held on to him. DeMar DeRozan's still tearing it up, man. I mean, go figure. I never thought that would be the case, but he's still doing really, really well. Yeah. Oladipo's thriving, even though Scott Skiles is benching him.
Still.
Like, okay, here's the thing. How the fuck does Oladipo not start? I mean, am I crazy or is he not the best player on the team?
Who starts in front of him?
I think he starts in the lineup of Peyton, Fournier, Harris, Vukovic. I want to say Nicholson might be starting. Andrew Nicholson.
It's that Spurs mentality.
Yeah, it's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not even a Spurs mentality because your best players come off the bench. Just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. It makes no damn sense. And
Scott Styles is like a sociopath or something. He always has some weird stuff going on. It always looks like he's crazy.
like,
So,
is he trying to kill his team off? Does he want to be fired? Cause
yeah. Dude wants a permanent vacation.
yeah, well, he's gonna get it. That's freaking stupid. Anyway, you want to talk about your matchup? You took a 7-3.
Yeah. Didn't check my lineups on Tuesday.
Why are you crying?
I kind of did the math. I think it would have been a 5-5 had I checked.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have actually been a lot worse too. Because I think to start off today, I was like down
9-1.
Yeah, something like that. So won by a 3-pointer. Couple other things. I think.
Robert Covington had 24 steals.
What the hell? I didn't know that.
Jesus
Wow,
Christ!
yeah.
24 steals for one guy.
Jeez, he must have put up like a
Whoa.
7 or 8
You had
steals.
68 steals on the week. Holy shit!
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He had 7 steals one game.
yeah. I think
He-
today he had
Yeah,
6.
8 steals. Yeah. So yeah.
Damn, that's insane.
Yeah, but and the day that I didn't check my lineups, I think, of course it's random, but the website or the app benched all the players. Like it wasn't even like some of the players were playing and some weren't. It was like Powell wasn't playing, John Wall, Corver,
Oh,
Russell.
God.
So it was like
All your good
pretty
players.
much I didn't play that whole day, but. Yeah, that's whatever. I mean, like I said, it could have been a lot worse, so I'm just thankful it wasn't. Yeah.
Probably should just laptop it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns kind of slowing down now.
Yeah.
I think the jury's out and everybody knows about him now. So
Yep, got him figured out.
they're kind of game planning for him. The scouting reports are probably a little more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Knight's still tearing it up. So happy I traded him.
Yeah. It's tough. I think Peyton will. Well, actually, no. Well, I mean,
I don't even have Peyton.
yeah, I was
anymore,
gonna say. I
so-
mean, it gets it all. The ends justify the means.
Yeah. So yeah, Brandon Knight, Robert Covington playing really well for you.
Yeah.
Kind of an off week for everybody else though. So
Noel's hurt and
Yeah.
sick or something. So
Powell, I think you only got one game of stats from
yeah,
him.
he only played 2 games and I didn't check on Tuesday. So yeah. It was
Yeah.
on.
So Mike got free reign on some of these categories. For him, Kemba. Woo.
Yeah, 80-something points.
I remember I said I thought that was very smart to get rid of Ariza because to me you always want the alpha dog if you can choose. Kemba is the alpha dog on that team, and you gave him up for a guy that's probably the third option
Yeah.
on the other team behind Harden and maybe Howard. I don't know. I don't think Ariza's. I think Ariza's maybe the third or fourth best player on that team.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I get why Alex wanted him for threes and steals. Like, I'm not saying it was a horrible trade, but if you give me the choice personally, I take Kemba because Kemba's gonna have the ball in his hands. Kemba's gonna have the opportunity to have more explosive stats.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you want to me. Harden I think this is the 50-point game he had. In
yeah,
week
he
2.
had a 50 point.
Yeah, so he had 116 points on the week. Ish Smith continues to produce, which is nice. Good little stopgap for him until Norris Cole and Tyreek Evans come back. Serge Ibaka, consistent, but I don't know. I'm not a big Serge guy, but he got him 10 blocks, so I'm sure he's fine with that. Who else played well for him? Harrison Barnes was doing well, then he got hurt. Not sure how long he's going to be out for. I think he hurt his knee. Who else? Tristan Thompson killing on the boards. Now that Mozgov's out for a while. Eric Gordon kind of slowed down this week, not shooting that well.
He only had 6 threes.
Scola, dear God, man. What the fuck? Luis Scola's hitting threes, dropping like 15 or 16 a game. Like, where are we in 2009?
Yeah, I'm lost. Like I said,
Yeah.
I forgot he was even in the league. But
Yeah,
he's here.
and
Yeah.
I don't blame you for that.
Yeah.
I think most people wouldn't realize he was in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So good win for Mike. Tobias Harris also had 2 double-doubles. So Mike is back. Big respect to Mike because Mike is the defending champion, And he'll be the first to admit his draft did not go the way he wanted it to go. And that dude did not waste any fucking time. He pounded the pavement, sending offers left and right, trying to fix his team, and now he's back in the playoffs. So that goes to show you a little hard work, you can get back in there even if you don't have the draft you want. So, mad respect to him. Harry Mamba and Westbrook show. Pretty good matchup. I think both teams kind of underperformed. Alex didn't even break 400 points, which is surprising. But he took a 5-4 victory. I think there was at least one. I know today Harrison didn't check his lineups, and it might have been another day where he didn't check his lineups. So that helps Alex. For Harrison, who's been playing well, Okafor is playing well despite the video of him knocking that dude out.
It
Did
seems
you
like
see
he's
that?
always getting it. I still haven't seen the video.
Oh my God, he knocked the dude clean out.
At least he got a career after basketball, maybe.
Man, that shot was a one-hitter quitter. Dude went down with head bounced off the cement.
You just gotta wonder how that stuff will affect his on the court play, though. I mean,
I just don't understand if you're a celebrity why you would do something like that now.
if I was a celebrity, I wouldn't even drive. I wouldn't do anything that would get me. But I mean,
Now everybody's recording everything.
Yeah.
So why would you even? I don't know, man. These guys are dumb as hell.
yeah,
He's
he looks
probably
dumb
gonna
though.
yeah, he's probably gonna get suspended.
Yeah, he definitely
Wouldn't
will.
surprise me.
Yeah.
For Harrison, he's still waiting for Clay to get going. I mean,
Yeah,
he took Clay in the first round, and he put up 41 points this week. That ain't gonna get it done, you
No.
know. At the end of the
I mean
day,
that's what's really hurting his team the most. Is
yeah, the lack of production from Clay. Bradley
he's
Beal
carrying on
came
for the
back.
finals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The finals performance. I love that meme where it's like when your team wins the championship and you didn't do shit, and Clay's like, well.
yeah, Bradley Beal though. Yeah,
Bradley Beal, Jeff Teague are still playing really well for him. Julius Randle's looking better.
yeah, for sure.
Jordan Hill's actually playing well for him. Damari Carroll, my favorite. He did a little something. He shot about 40% on the week. I don't know, whatever. It's Damari. I'm not going to talk too much about him because I'm not a fan. Marc Gasol had a solid week for him as well. You know, I just feel like Harrison, if he checks his lineups, probably would have won this matchup. And, you know, now I think he actually might be in last, which is a shocker.
Yeah.
You know, Harrison's a strong competitor, but got some work to do, HB. Come on, bruh. For Alex, who's playing well, Avery Bradley is tearing it up, man. I did not think Avery Bradley would do this.
Yeah.
It's helping that Marcus Smart's out, so it's allowing Avery Bradley to get more minutes, but he's really responding to that. And I think Brad Stevens is really a fan of him, so
Yeah,
that's kind of helping Alex because he needs all the help he can get. Valanciunas got hurt, so that hurts, you know, some of his scoring, his double-double capability. So,
oh yeah, Valanciunas is gonna be out for a while too.
yeah, I mean, if you look at Alex's roster, he needs like that second guy that's a big scorer besides Westbrook. I mean, he really doesn't have a lot of guys that they're all kind of like role guys right now.
Yeah,
Parsons could be that if he gets healthy, but I mean, if you go up and down the list, these are all guys that just kind of fill a role on their team. They're not really the main option offensively. So Rudy Gobert has been underperforming. I mean, yes, he's still putting up decent stats, but when you look at where he was drafted, I mean, would you really want him over DeAndre Jordan right now?
no,
I
not
wouldn't.
right now, definitely not.
Not Whiteside, not any of those guys that were taken third or fourth round. So Alex really needs Gobert to get it going for him to compete, especially with Valanciunas out. Obviously, Westbrook's playing really well. Not putting up the numbers this week that he put up the last week. Now that Durant's back. And I know he struggled against one team this week. I think it was Utah, where he kind of had an off game. But that's the tough part. Like when you kind of build your team around one player, they have an off game.
Yeah,
one of those.
and everything else, that's a foundation, and everything else gonna.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I was talking to Alex about. I was a little worried when he's making these trades. He's kind of diluting the middle of his roster.
Yeah.
But you know, Alex knows
He'll figure it out. Yeah.
he'll figure it out. If anybody can work a waiver wire, it's him. So he's got a little bit of work to do. But I'm talking like he lost. He won this week 5-4, so I'm sure he's fine with it. Porzingis came back and whew, he put the smack on the beer, man. Beer forgot to set his lineup one day, but to be honest, I don't think that would have mattered. When you're dropping 726 points in a week, you're probably going to win.
Yeah.
So, 283 rebounds, Jesus Christ. Yeah, for him, for Porzingis, we'll talk about his team first.
Yeah.
Blake, absolutely killing. Porzingis, obviously, still putting in work.
Tired of making a mess with missed shots? Introducing Porzingis, a revolution in cleanup featuring patented Latvian technology. Rimmed out a baseline jumper? Porzingis. Bricked the three-pointer? Porzingis. 3 Toronto Raptors in your way? Not a problem. Porzingis.
Rebound on top of
Look at the blocks. 13 blocks in the week. Like, dude is
Yeah.
just, he's the real fucking deal.
Yeah, the one thing you have to worry about the guy that tall is foot problems. I hate to be like an injury jinx kind of guy, but you always got to think about that.
Yeah. I mean, you look at all those guys that are over 7 feet, they always end up having foot problems.
Especially over 7. I mean, an inch. It's where an inch makes the biggest difference. When you get like 7'2", 7'3".
Yeah,
Well, I
your
mean, that's-
frame. It's
yeah.
tough for your frame to support that.
Yeah, so I really hope he can keep it up. I just like seeing. You ever like hear Stephen A. Smith talk about him? I mean, when he got drafted, Stephen A. Smith was just flying off the handle, just talking all kinds of nonsense. Now he's trying to,
I hate Stephen A.
Double
Smith. I
back,
think he's
yeah.
a fucking moron. I never understood why people were so entertained or thought he was such a great sports analyst. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
yeah.
He's the same guy that said that Canelo, when he fought Mayweather, couldn't come into the ring at more than 151 pounds. Well, that's great, Stephen A. Smith, except for they weigh in the day before the fight, and they all rehydrate up at least another 15 pounds.
You can't rehydrate. You can't hydrate after weighing.
Like, what a fucking dumbass. Anyway,
Yeah.
for Porzingis, I mean, besides Porzingis and Blake, Jordan Clarkson's playing really well. Ricky Rubio continues to miss time. So Wiggins and Levine are playing really well in his absence, getting a lot of stats. Reggie Jackson kind of had a bad week, but it didn't matter. He didn't need help anyway. Markieff Morris is getting it together. Clint Capella's been a sneaky good pickup for him because Dwight's not playing the second end of back-to-backs. And I think Capella might be starting over Terrence Jones now. So they really like him in Houston, so that was a good pickup by him. And obviously Damian Lillard still playing really well. Also, Jeremy Grant's been a nice little pickup for him, too. I owned him briefly and made the mistake of dropping him. But Jeremy Grant gives you a lot of blocks. Just an active body on that shitty Philadelphia team. So, hey, great pickup. Beer, it's tough to say what his stats are because, he had that day where he didn't check. So, I don't know exactly what stats are missing from this thing. But, I mean, obviously LeBron, 90, 30, 30. That's about what you expect from him. Bledsoe, I think, had a couple of good games. Thaddeus Young had 2 double-doubles I'm seeing. Looks like Greg Monroe kind of righted the ship a little bit, playing better. Lynn kind of did not have the best of weeks. I think Kemba kind of put the kibosh on Lynn playing a little more because Kemba's been playing so well lately. Vukovic is one guy to look out for. Scott Skiles has it in for him. I don't know if you've heard about that, but he was thinking about starting Dwayne Dedmon over him.
Dude, Scott, I'm telling you.
Dwayne Dedmon.
He's a sociopath. He's
You're going to
crazy.
start Dwayne Dedmon?
This is my first time even hearing that dude
Yes.
on video.
Dwayne Dedmon over Vukovic. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, really? All right,
He's a
Scott.
genius, man.
You're a dumbass.
This dude's taking a bully. He's an Orlando Magic homer. I think he got a 30 assist game with the Magic, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to sacrifice his career to tank for the team.
Oh, what a moron.
Yeah.
Like, I get penalizing players when they don't play well. I have no
Yeah.
problem with that.
If you ever look at Scott,
take it too far.
Yeah, he's always been that kind of guy. He hates headbands, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Fucking
he's
idiot.
just a control freak.
Yeah, Dwayne Dedmon over Vukovic. I can get anybody off the street and say, hey, what guy would you rather start after watching him play for like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
They'll be like, yeah, Vukovic. He's coordinated. Like, whatever. My matchup, very, very happy to get a 6-4 victory. I had Boogie Cousins. Bye, Boogie. Peace. Go somewhere else. Missed like almost the whole week. Rubio's hurt. And I still won 6-4. So, I mean, you're looking at a guy that ain't going to complain about shit. Like, who played well for Bobby? Kawhi Leonard was killing me. Now he's my player. Thank God. I think Danilo Gallinari had a couple of good games against me. Nobody else really. Oh, Millsap. Millsap continues to play really well. Costa Koufis played well in DeMarcus Cousins' absence. So that was like that's the worst. Like when you're playing somebody who has like your backup
Yeah.
and your player gets hurt and the backup plays really well,
Yeah,
you're just like,
exactly.
ugh! That's kind of what happened. So We'll see. I mean, Bobby's pretty excited about what he got in the trade. Need a point guard very badly, so he got that. And if Boogie comes back, I mean, we all know what Boogie's capabilities are. He can average 28 and 13
Easily.
2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 or 5
3-pointers now,
assists.
yeah.
I mean, it's just for me, I lack patience. I was over it. But let's see. Anybody else play well for him? Jai Crowder continues to play well, although his steals are finally starting to taper off. I think that's pretty much it for the guys that play well for him. For me, McCollum's still solid for me.
This guy's good, man. I was watching him.
Yeah, man, he's strong. He shoots a high percentage too, which a lot of people forget about.
Yeah.
Jeff Green was a nice little pickup for me, playing really well in Memphis right now. Stanley Johnson's struggling, but I'm not going to drop him. He's a rookie. I'm going to wait him out, see how he does. Drummond is Drummond. I mean,
Yeah.
give me 17 and 17 a game, 2 steals, maybe a block or 2. I'm good. Who else is playing well for me? Not really anybody else, to be honest. DeAndre, I think, had a good game, but he was still on my team. I thought I was going to lose this week because, I don't know if you noticed, but Bobby and I's trade went through on Friday, which meant he got to keep his players on Saturday.
Oh.
Well, all 3 players that I got played their last game of the week on Saturday, so Bobby got those stats. And then all the players I was giving to him played on Sunday, so that means he got those stats too.
Wow.
Except for Cousins. So
okay.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna
help.
I was like, I'm gonna lose. So if Cousins, if that hadn't happened, I probably would have won by a bigger margin. But I'll take a 6-4. Very happy about that. All right, let's preview next week, bro. Damn, we're running a little longer than normal. Let's see. You got the matchups for next week?
You got me versus a beer.
Who you got?
You tried to send me a bad trade.
Who do you try to trade you?
Freaking Hood and Thaddeus Young for John Wall. I didn't really look at it. I just went based off of names. It could have actually made sense, but I don't know.
Thaddeus Young's having a good year.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
He's trying to buy low. John Wall's not having a good stretch here. You know, he got into it with Randy Whitman because Randy Whitman benched him and Bradley Beal when they had a lead.
Oh, really?
And then they ended up losing the game, so John Wall wasn't too happy about that.
I got myself winning this matchup. I already set my lineups.
For the whole week?
Yeah.
Oh, he ready. Yeah, Bears team slumping a little bit. I think he'll take it 6-4. What's the next matchup?
Oh, shit. No, man, I didn't set my lineups. So still up in the
Still got a chance to be.
Yeah.
I know Alex plays Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka versus Fuego or Westbrook show. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Boom.
Yeah, I got Boom too.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Alex really needs like Westbrook to go off, and Durant's back, so
so that's tough.
and he needs Gobert to get his shit together, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't think Gobert. I don't know, man. I think Gobert might have been a little overhyped. He's not playing up to his potential. And Boom Shakalaka's team is just scary, man.
Yeah.
He's got so much firepower on that squad. Like, it just... it's a scary, scary team, especially with Love playing the way he's playing. Yeah. Hillary's Clip versus Goldstein's. What do you got?
I'm going to say an upset we saw.
Ooh. No, I got Goldstein. It's basically guards. His guards are good, but he's got Rondo. Goldstein's got Rondo, and man, Rondo is just producing these crazy, crazy lines, man. It's just hard for me to pick against Goldstein when he's got Whiteside blocking 5 blocks a game, and Rondo getting like 16 assists a game. I got Goldstein 6-4. Man Up versus the Hairy Mamba. I think Man Up's going to take this one finally, assuming Cousins comes back. Cousins is back, which I think he should be. They've been listing him as like doubtful every day or questionable, so that means he's usually going to be close to coming back. Because he was a game time decision, I think, the last 2 games, so I think he'll be back.
He'll be back. Yeah.
So I think Man Up will take it 6-4. Looking for Harrison to make some moves trade wise. I don't think he's going to sit back and be in last place. I don't think he'll do that. He's known to make some trades, so I think he'll do so. Geriatric Express, Walton's Warriors. I think Geriatric will do okay. I think you got this one, 6-4. Who you got?
We got a tie.
Tie 5-5. Okay.
Yeah, 5-5 tie. Just because their records are almost identical, so I'm just going to say everything's going to be a tie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Porzingis versus Kobe Bryant rules. Got a favorite Porzingis right
this
now.
team's too good, man.
However, Mike just hasn't had a healthy Anthony Davis. If Mike has a healthy Anthony Davis all week, it could get interesting. But I don't know. I don't know if Anthony Davis is healthy or not. I think he came back from that injury already. But I'm gonna pick Porzingis 6-4. Me versus Mr. Auto Draft. I got me 6-4. Pretty confident in that.
Yeah.
With the team I have now, I'm more balanced. I don't punt free throws anymore necessarily. I got more scoring, more 3-point shooting. I think I'll take him 6-4. All right. The Venmo deadline is passed. I don't know who paid because I haven't looked. But if you haven't paid, please pay.
I think I paid you.
Okay.
Either that or some random dude got $40.
So if you haven't paid, please pay the $40 as soon as possible. Please, I'm begging you. I don't want to have it end up like last year. I don't want to come out of my own pocket to pay for the league. That would suck balls. I mean, I'm already putting in a couple of hours between the two of us to do these videos and stuff. Just do the right thing and, pay me the league dues so we can, I can not come out of my own pocket because otherwise I'm going to lose track if it takes forever for people to pay. So hook a brother up. And yeah, we'll see you next week.